Hello, my dears. Today we will talk with you about the protection of walnut fruit from pests. Here are some strategies to prevent worms, typically the larvae of moths and weevils, from infesting walnut fruits. What are the common pests that infest walnut fruits? The most common pests that infest walnut fruits are the codling moth, Cydia pomonella, and the walnut husk fly, Rhagoletis completa. These pests lay their eggs on or near the walnuts, and the larvae burrow into the nuts, causing damage. What are some effective chemical treatments to prevent worms in walnuts? Effective chemical treatments include insecticidal sprays, spinosad, and natural insecticide effective against a variety of pests, including moth and fly larvae, permethrin, a synthetic pyrethroid that provides effective control against codling moth larvae, imidacloprid, a systemic insecticide that can help control a range of pests including husk flies, burrow, another broad-spectrum insecticide that can be used against walnut pests. How should these chemical treatments be applied? The application process involves timing. Apply insecticides at the correct time, usually when the adult moths or flies are active and beginning to lay eggs. This typically occurs in late spring to early summer for codling moths and midsummer for walnut husk flies. Frequency. Follow the manufacturer's instructions regarding the frequency of applications. This often means repeating treatments every 7 to 14 days during the pest's active period. Coverage. Ensure thorough coverage of the walnut tree, including the nuts, leaves, and bark, as pests can target different parts of the tree. What are some organic or non-chemical methods to prevent worm infestation in walnuts? Organic and non-chemical methods include beneficial nematodes. These microscopic organisms can be introduced into the soil to target and kill larvae before they emerge. Pheromone traps. These traps use synthetic pheromones to attract and capture male moths, reducing mating and subsequent egg laying. Bagging. Placing small bags around individual nuts can physically prevent moths and flies from laying eggs on them. Kaolin clay. Spraying kaolin clay on the nuts can create a protective barrier that deters pests from laying eggs. Cultural practices. Regularly remove and destroy fallen nuts and debris to reduce the habitat for overwintering larvae and pupae. What are some integrated pest management (IPM) strategies for controlling walnut pests? Integrated pest management (IPM) combines several methods to reduce pest populations effectively. Monitoring. Regularly inspect trees for signs of pest activity and damage. Use pheromone traps to monitor moth populations and yellow sticky traps for husk flies. Cultural controls. Maintain tree health through proper irrigation, fertilization, and pruning. Remove and destroy fallen nuts and plant debris that can harbor pests. Biological control. Encourage natural predators like birds, beneficial insects, and parasitic wasps that feed on pest larvae. Chemical control. Use insecticides as a last resort and rotate between different types to prevent resistance. Are there any precautions to take when using insecticides? Yes, when using insecticides. Follow label instructions. Always read and follow the manufacturer's guidelines for safe and effective use. Protect beneficial insects. Apply insecticides in the evening or early morning when bees and other pollinators are less active. Wear protective gear, use gloves, masks, and protective clothing to avoid exposure to chemicals. Environmental impact. Be mindful of the potential impact on the environment and opt for targeted treatments to minimize non-target effects. By following these guidelines, you can effectively protect your walnut fruits from worm infestations while maintaining a healthy and productive orchard. I am happy if you liked my information. Be healthy.